my name is Bobby Zirkin, and I was the chairman of the 1996 Democratic Youth Bus Tour. The tour was a project of the Democratic National Committee, the Clinton-Gore team, and the Young Democrats of America, and was a massive effort to stimulate the youth vote in support of President Clinton, Vice President Gore, and Democratic congressional candidates across the country. Through 40 states in 80 days and 18,000 miles, a group of young people traveled across the nation in a massive attempt to stimulate that youth vote. The final destination of the tour was Chicago, where co-chair Tracy Turoff of Ohio and I were honored to speak at the Democratic National Convention on the first evening. What you're about to see is a compilation of pictures and videos from the Democratic Youth Bus Tour. At the time of the making of this film, President Clinton and Vice President Gore have been re-elected for a second term. The youth vote provided his largest margin of victory.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Over the last year, a train of children have gone across 40 states of this union. And tonight I'm proud to bring about 2 of those children, 2 of the youth of our country who represent all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for Tracy Turoff and Bobby Zirkin. Please help us.
The Democratic Youth Bus Tour traveled through 40 states in 80 days on a trip around this nation to go out to young people and talk about the Democratic message to them, but more importantly, to go out to young people state by state and find out what was on their minds. Talk about their hopes and their dreams, their views and their concerns. In Alabama, we set out with a group of young people to build a house with Habitat for Humanity. In Michigan, we cleaned a boulevard with Congressman David Bonnier. In Los Angeles, we joined with representatives of the California Democratic Party to register new American citizens to vote. And in my home state of Maryland, we talked about the environment at a concert with Governor Paris Glendening. This summer, young people joined together with the Democratic Party and the Clinton-Gore team to reach out to young people not normally included in the political process.
Our generation is committed to educational opportunity, to protecting the environment, to reasonable regulation on gun ownership, and to a woman's right to choose. And so, after 40 states, 80 days, 400 Big Macs, 3 hours of sleep per night, 7,000 cups of coffee, on this 18,000-mile journey into the future of America, we're here to say to President Clinton and Vice President Gore, we share your vision for our future. And we'd like to thank you for securing a better future for young Americans.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your attention.
And a live report on the Maryland delegation making a splash in the Windy City. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Dina Napoli in for Marianne Bannister.
And I'm Rod Daniels. Here's what's happening this evening. For 4 more years, that's the cry tonight as the Democrats convene their national convention in Chicago. The party started out just as that, with a little bit of the nation's hottest dance. Just one sign of the United Front Democrats are presenting, hoping to keep the White House and then eventually regain control of Congress. There are 88 Maryland delegates in Chicago tonight, and our Bill Connor spent time with them on the convention floor. Bill?
Rod, quite a dazzling finish to this first night of the convention. Just a moment ago, Christopher Reeve, the actor, very movingly talked about his experiences being paralyzed from that accident, and talked about how we have to do more to help people in what he called our American family who have similar problems. And then the president appeared from the campaign trail in Ohio, so really a big finish, exactly what they wanted to do. But you know, the state of Maryland also had something of a starring role here tonight. One of the very first people on the podium was Congressman Steny Hoyer, and a young law student from Baltimore County was not far behind.
Today, we begin our quest in earnest to re-elect Bill Clinton and to bring back to the Congress of the United States a Democratic majority.
With that, Congressman Hoyer kicked off his job as parliamentarian or chief rulemaker of this convention. And across the floor, his fellow delegates hunkered down for their job and the excitement ahead.
We're going to be focusing on the issues that unite us rather than the issues that divide us.
They were very much in support of this young man from Baltimore County, who spent the summer driving around the country in a van spreading the word about President Clinton.
And in my home state of Maryland, we talked about the environment at a concert with Governor Paris Glendening.
And before the week is through, Glendening will join Senator Mikulski and most of Maryland's leading Democrats here on the floor. One delegate said our state typifies what the Democrats are working for.
But the state of Maryland is pretty much a microcosm of the whole country. I mean, we're like the village that Hillary Clinton